like women that's on your level as in aesthetics. They just not. It's not happening.
Like, it's so many bad bitches that's single.
Why? Then?
They so caught up with going to the club, popping bottles, a dude spending a check on them at Chanel, and like they missing all the signs. They just going straight for the vibe. Once you get to a certain place and you've been dating for like 10, 15 years, like, and I've seen it online, it's like, you know better. And then I see the guys start to get younger and younger and younger because you're not evolving. But I feel like you have to get to a point where you got to grow up. You got to put your big girl panties on. Grow the fuck up. Like, step your pussy up. Like, grow up. You cannot be doing the same shit you was doing when you was 19. Let them young girls have that. So when you in your 30s, you're supposed to be about your business. You're supposed to be finding the man that you're supposed to marry and start that next chapter. Women feel like they could do all that and it's not looked down upon, or it looks bad. These women can't figure out why their man won't take them serious. Look at you outside and niggas' faces.
Not even your man, just men, period.
Men, period. Nobody wants to see their woman out doing the most all the time. They want to be like, yo, sit down. Sit down every blue moon. Skip a night. Skip a man.
Skip a man.
You're not gonna paint me out to be the villain now, are
No.
Okay.
This is my direction would be like being engaged,
Okay.
like your past life.
Okay, that's fine.
That's really it for real.
Cool.
So not the villain. So
Okay.
just be mindful how you answer the question, because you could be the villain.
Okay.
It just depends how you answer it.
All right.
Okay. All right. So welcome to the Rich and Unemployed Uncut. I'm your host, Jonathan Dubuisson, aka Finesse, and I have a lovely lady here today with me.
Yes.
I didn't know you was that well known.
I'm really not. I be chilling. I've been real low key lately.
Yeah, lately, but your sister told me you had like a cult following.
Don't listen to my sister. She is crazy.
Introduce yourself to the people who don't know you.
Where am I looking at? The camera here.
Oh, this is your camera. That's your camera.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I'm Brit Eady. A lot of people never know how to pronounce it, but think like Eady's ice cream. Brit Eady. I'm from Atlanta. I used to do a lot of modeling, acting years ago when I was like a teenager, and that's kind of how like I built my platform.
Yeah.
Acting, modeling, serial entrepreneur. I've been in business forever. I've never had a real corporate job. So
Yeah.
I've been an entrepreneur like my whole life.
So how'd you get into insurance?
Insurance is it's actually a very interesting story. I was on Instagram and this guy hit me up on Instagram and he was like, have you ever thought about getting into insurance? You are amazing in marketing, like your brand and all of that, like you would kill it. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it just seems so boring. It's not me. You got to keep in mind, like, I'm traveling the world, selling the 7 C's, like just nothing boring at that time. So I was like, I don't know. He's like, it's a good business. The goal is to get into it for a couple of years, make a lot of money, and then get out. So I was like, I'm interested in seeing what it's about. So it took maybe about 2 years for me to actually be interested. And so finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the work and let's see what's up with this. So I went to school. I went to class. It took me almost, I want to say like a year and a half to develop the business. So I got into it. Everybody was like, why insurance? Why would you get into insurance? Like, you just don't give me insurance vibes. And I'm like, I'm a numbers person.
Right. Yeah.
So I like money. I like business. I like how I was sold on it. It's like you do it, you grind, and then after you grind, you can kind of just coast.
Yeah.
And it's the type of business where you can make a lot of money extremely fast and it's legit. So it's like, it's not a lot of corporate level styles of business. And if you aren't familiar, I opened up a Allstate franchise.
So you have a franchise.
Franchise.
Now it's starting to make sense.
So yeah, the big boys.
It's starting to make sense. I thought
So,
I knew you were more
yeah.
than just an agent.
Correct.
That's crazy.
So, and I never was just they call it a LSP, which is like the person who just does insurance. So people say, oh, I'm an insurance agent. You're actually a LSP. An insurance agent is you have to open up an agency to be an insurance agent.
Uh-huh.
So it's a lot of work, and people see me and they're like, oh, you're beautiful, and you know, you should be a little housewife and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm about my motherfucking business.
Facts.
Like, let's get to the money. Like, and I like to do things where I create my own lane. I don't really like to kind of, everybody wants to do a boutique. Everybody's doing a boutique. Everybody want to do a lash bar.
Lash.
And don't get me wrong, all of these are crazy money makers, but I'm always been the person who kind of goes left.
Yeah.
So I had a mentor and consulting business. I had a jewelry line. I had a business called Project Fancy, which was dear to me because I love helping people. That's one of my gifts. Like, I'm a helper, so I love to pour into people. And so I had 2 tax offices, and then I got into insurance, and here I am now.
So you really don't do too much work.
No. So this is the thing. So I got into the business. Literally, when I launched my business, it blew up because I was the jewelry insurer. All the celebrities came to me. I had got contracts with Rolls Royce, all of the top brands, like right off the jump, because I'm a
Well known.
no, not
Oh.
even well known, because none of these people know me in this space. I'm in an industry where I'm a brand new, start from the bottom space. Because you got to keep in mind, the entertainment and all that was my background. So getting into insurance, nobody knew me. They just knew, like, who is this flamboyant, over the top person that's in this industry now? But I literally took it and I ran with it. So opened up my agency, did extremely well, sold my company in April. And I just had a deal that I couldn't turn down.
Wait, you sold what?
I sold my agency in April. Yes.
Oh, so your sister don't work for the company?
No.
Wait,
No.
so
We still do insurance, but I sold my agency. Yeah.
what type of numbers?
What, with the business?
Yeah, how much like did you sell?
So I did a couple million with Allstate. Yeah.
No, how much do you sell it for?
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you how much I sold my company for.
7 figures?
Yeah, absolutely.
But why wouldn't they just start their own franchise? God.
Because what it is, when you sell, when you have a company like Allstate and it's a franchise, they're taking on all my clientele as well.
Okay.
So when you
okay.
sell, it's like real estate. So you're buying everything that comes with. You're buying my clientele. You're buying my brand. You get all the furniture. It's all a package deal. And so the type of contract that I was on, the nature of the business is you get in. I was on a 3-year contract. I actually killed it and finished in 2 years, which means, like, and this is all in layman's terms because I know most people don't understand the insurance industry, but you get a super accelerated high commission when you're a brand new agency owner. And then after 2 to 3 years, your commission goes down. So they do that so that new agents can have the incentives to really hit those numbers really hard. But they didn't expect me to hit those numbers really hard.
Right.
So I kind of did something that nobody's really done in that space. And so I did really well. And the goal is always to sell while it's still hot. You don't want to sell on the way down. You want to be able to take advantage. And I kept getting all these offers, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So sold my company. I've been traveling. I've been working on a few other businesses currently. And now I'm going to be teaching the game on how to do what I did.
Of course.
In insurance. Because you got to have a lot of license. You've got to have mentors. And you kind of got to have an in. So you can't just get in the industry. You have to be, like, vetted into it. And so if you don't really know anyone, then you can't really get in the business. That's why I love it, because it's very, like, protected.
I never thought of insurance like that. Never thought that
Absolutely.
you could buy the franchise, build it up.
And the goal is to sell. So you want to make as much money and then get out.
It's crazy.
That's the goal. But nobody knows the insurance business, and that's why I'm here to teach everybody.
How much did it cost you?
It cost me $150,000 to buy into the business. Yeah.
Damn. Learn
It
something
is
new every day.
a great business. Like, and I don't want to indulge in insurance because I know like it's boring.
It's boring.
To everyone
Yeah.
else. But I really made it sexy. I made it glamorous. I gave it that vibe. So
Now, how many clients would you say you had?
probably about like 600.
And how do you think? How did you build it up so fast?
So
Your good looks.
I definitely feel like it helps, but I'm about my business. So when you have somebody who's attractive, smart, intelligent, a go-getter, a hustler, and I was somebody who like attacked the business. So I would I like fly sexy shit. So I'm gonna go to the Rolls Royces. I'm gonna go to the Ferraris. I'm going to all the dealerships and I'm building the relationship. Now everybody has to come through me. So I single-handedly was everybody's go-to insurance agent.
Hold on. So
Yes.
the company is
So I bought into Allstate. I became a captive agent, which means I'm exclusive. And then from there, how I built the business was by me brokering all these relationships. So that makes sense? So everybody else that was in the business, they had been in it for years. Me, I wanted to go straight to the top. So I went to all the high level areas to build those relationships, to get those contracts. And then I said, I don't want the small money, I want the big money. So that's what I did. And I killed it. And I was able to grow really fast because there was nobody in my industry doing what I was doing. And so, you know, when you in an industry and you're in your own lane, it's very easy to go to the top extremely fast. And that's pretty much what happened.
so like, I know with you being attractive, and I'm pretty sure it's male dominant.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
not the insurance part, but
Just
you actually.
business,
Is that
yeah.
something in your cup? What is
Please
that?
don't tell me that.
What's that right there? Is that a bubble? That's a bubble.
It's a bubble.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm pretty sure like you're surrounded by. You have to do business with a lot of men, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they
They
try
try
you.
it.
They try it.
I'm a really aggressive person. So it's like, when it comes to business, like, I've seen it all. I've been there. I see them coming. You know what I mean? But for me, like, with how I do business, like, you cannot really deal with anybody or they're not going to respect you. So you have to really you have to make people respect you in business. So in order for people to take you serious, you have to be able to like be aggressive, put your foot down. And I mean, I had, of course, people try it, but I was so laser focused that like when you see that money coming in, it's like nothing's coming in the way. Like, we're not gonna let nothing come in the way of this money.
Now, by you telling the guy no, would it stop the business? Like, you didn't shut this guy out, and he's like, man, I don't want to fuck with
I
him.
feel like if you develop that from the beginning, then it's like, that's on you. If you want to do business with me to try to get to me, then that's on you.
Facts.
But I already got the business. So you realize nothing's going to happen. Hey, but now you've realized that I'm a great businesswoman. So you're like, damn, I really wanted to holler, but damn, she really handling my shit.
Right,
I don't want to fuck it up.
Right.
So I feel like that has what's happened with me, where people don't want to fuck up the relationship. I think it's very hard nowadays to do business with like women, and then attractive women at that, to where like if you find somebody that does a good job at what she does, then you really don't want to fuck that up. It's like, why? You can go fuck with this girl, and this girl. So it's like, why fuck up the business? You want to keep the business tight.
Right.
Any true business person.
And then you're around a lot of celebrity-like people, like, because you do jury. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going through you. And how do you not get tempted? I mean, I know you're engaged now, but how do you not get tempted by the money? Or
I just feel like I feel like you can only get tempted if you ain't really been around it. I feel like if you've been around it, you've seen it, you've done that, it's not really appetizing to me. It's like, I got more jewelry than you. Like, I can't really get hype. Like, I love jewelry, and I love, like entertaining and business and building relationships, but I like the respect by keeping it separate.
Yeah.
So.
Let's go back a little bit to like, because I didn't know nothing about you for real, right? I always seen you on the internet. seen you on Instagram. You know, you just Brit Eady. You know, like I never.
Yeah.
Your sister kind of told me like, you know, she was like the it girl. Like she was on like products and beauty supply stores and.
Well, that's just stuff I've been showing lately because there was something on the Shade Room where they were like, "Where are the beauty box girls now?" Like reveal yourself. And I was like, "Oh my god, that's like my roots."
Okay.
I did hair modeling when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like I'm grown now. But I did all the modeling. I was a video vixen in high school.
High school.
High school. Like, yeah, like it's a different day now. You got Instagram and you got, you know, IG influencers. I'm like, I'm not really fully a part of that world. Like I'm in it, but I'm not really in it.
You was in it before it happened.
Yeah, I was in it before it was the internet. I was in black men's magazines and in the music videos and all of that, like where you was in real life. Like now it's all just strictly digital online. So I feel like back then, like you kind of had to like work harder, go harder. Now it's like you can go viral on Instagram. You can have 1 million followers and have no money in the bank, and people would, you know, idolize you.
Right.
It's crazy the world we live in today.
It definitely has changed.
It's a new day. So
Now,
I just try to stay out of the way.
now you was on the cover of Vogue magazine.
No, I wasn't on the cover.
What cover? What cover you was on?
What do you mean cover?
A cover of a magazine.
No.
Ocho Cinco was looking at. Tell
Oh
me
my
that story.
God. So that's funny. I was in Black Men's Magazine, and this was years ago. In my early, I want to say I might have been like 22-ish. But yeah, I was in Black Men's Magazine, and I remember it was something. Back then, it was Snapchat. Everybody loved Snapchat. So I believe he was like sitting on the toilet, looking at my spread in there or something like that. But it was really funny. But yeah, it wasn't really anything major. It was just, I think he was sitting on the toilet and he was laughing. He was like, "Oh my God." And then he like showed everybody what he's looking at. And then everybody kept tagging me like, "Did you see this? Did you see he was looking at your spread while he was in the bathroom?" But he did a lot of funny, silly stuff. So that wasn't really anything major or anything like that.
Did he ever reach out to you?
No, no. Mm-mm.
Okay. So how did you like? At what point did you transition out of that life?
The industry. So I used to do music videos. I used to date in the industry. I just got to a point where you just get tired of it. Like you're ready for the next chapter. And so I kind of felt like there was a ceiling in modeling. So I felt like, especially in the urban side, it's like, okay, so you're popping, you were, you know, all these music videos, you were in all these magazines, then what?
Right.
So I wasn't really ever really interested in acting. I dabbled in a couple of like TV and film, but I wasn't really serious about that. I never wanted to be like a starving talent.
Right.
So, but then what? So a lot of these video vixens, models, like, you know, have this huge success and then they just fall off. So I didn't want to be, you know, the one that just fell off. I always loved business. So, I mean, I always wanted to evolve. So I've always had businesses. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always been the hustler, you know, grinding, all of those things. And so, you know, like in my earlier days, I had my jewelry line when my dad passed away. I named it after him. It was called 101259. And, you know, after doing my jewelry line, it was very, what would I say, therapeutic, but it just wasn't enough money. So I was like, that's a passion, but I need something that's going to really take care of me to where I can live the lifestyle that I want to live.
What's enough money?
Enough money? I feel like now I'm comfortable where I am, but I'm always the person that wants more. So I always want to continue to grow. Like, so enough money, I don't know. I feel like sometimes my appetite continues to grow. So I'll think that I have like a number and then I'll want something else. And then it's like, okay, all right, keep working, Brit, because it's a lot of things that I want. So I don't know what that number is yet on what's enough, but I just want to be able to have a portfolio. So
Yeah.
businesses, investments, real estate, restaurants, hair companies, whatever that looks like. Just a little dibble and dabble and put everything on autopilot, you know. So I feel like it's important to be able to work smarter and not harder. I still want to be able to travel, live, have kids. I still don't have kids yet. So,
What you waiting on?
that's the next chapter. But, I like to have all my ducks in a row. So that's important to me.
You don't meet too many women that been in the industry that think like that.
No, I agree. When people meet me, they're like, wow, I thought you were just a pretty girl. But then when you see what I've been able to do, you're like, okay, like you can hate all you want, but the proof is in the pudding. So for me to be able to do what I've done, you can't really have somebody, oh, wow, some nigga probably helped her. There's no way.
Right.
Not in a franchise. Nobody can help me do that. I got to be able to pass these tests, get these license, build these relationships, answer to the higher ups. You can't just be a bad bitch with a fat ass. You got to actually have a brain. So it's like, you got to really know your shit. So
That's a true statement.
business is, I love business. So that's important to me.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know you had it on your own for real. I assumed.
So what did you
I
think?
assumed that you met the guy and he was.
Who, my fiance?
Yes.
No, I was lit before I met him.
I'm pretty sure he was.
He was he ended up being one of my clients. So I had already built my business. Yeah. He didn't put me on. I already had my business is already built. He was one of my clients. And that's when I met him. So I was already killing it.
I mean, I'm just on the outside looking
Of
in.
course.
So
Of course. Everybody want to be like, so who financed the business? And it's like, no one.
did it myself.
I did it. But see, I've always been someone who I've always wanted to spend less than I make. So I never was one of the girls that had all the bags or had all the shoes, but I was always the girl who had all the money in the bank. Always had all the money in the bank. And I was always very, very conservative. And that's rare in Atlanta. I've never been one of the girls who needed help paying their bills or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, that was very important to be stable. So when you want stability, it comes with sacrifice. So you can't exactly go out and spend and buy every single thing if you want to be up. So, and you got to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. So in order to do that, you got to be able to have some money in the bank. And so when the opportunity presented itself, I was able to invest and everything worked out. So the rest is
Let's show him the ring. Let's show him the ring.
Oh, my ring?
Let's see what's going on.
Which camera are we looking
I
at?
think either one to do. That's
pretty good.
I seen that thing dancing from across the room in Cheetahs.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
How many carats?
14.
14 carats.
14 carats. No halo, nothing extra, just diamonds.
Shout out to the fiance. You met him. He was your client. So how did you pick him out of all the people that approached you?
So how it happened with him, he was like my escape. So we were just really good friends. And so he was always, okay, you're working all these hours, take a break. Like, let's go eat or something, or
As a friend.
As a friend. He never came at me like really trying to like get at me. He was just cool as fuck. He played the cool approach. So
It always
I feel
works.
like most guys
Always
always come too hard,
Yeah.
and they like kill it before it's even an opportunity. And so he kind of just snuck in
Man.
and just shut my shit down. And so I couldn't even be mad.
I'm an expert at that. But
So he really just kind of came in, and we were great friends. And, he was always, I could always pick up the phone, FaceTime him, and tell him about my day. And he was the only one that wasn't trying to just do the most.
yeah.
Every dude hey, yo, let's do this, or he was just real cool, chill. Real, just underspoken, chill, didn't do too much. And put his foot on the gas when it was time.
At what time? Like, how long were you guys friends before he put his foot down?
I want to say like 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Y'all was friends for 3 months?
3 or 4 months.
So
3 or 4. I'll tell you, like we was just really close, like good friends, and like he was my escape, and so he was just. It came from us talking on the phone to where we go out for lunch, go out for dinner, but he never tried it. Yeah. He never made me uncomfortable. He never made me feel like he had any ulterior motives. Yeah. He just was just real, just like, and I never really met that, is how I felt. I never really met anybody that just genuinely wanted to, like, know how my day was, know what's going on, not trying to just,
sex you.
Yeah. And it was just so refreshing. And so, and I'm literally at like the height of my business. My business is super successful. I'm doing good. I'm channel vision, and I even told him, I'm like, I'm not really looking to really date right now. I'm looking to just grow my business, do what I need to do. But, if you cool, like, we can kick it. And he was just mad cool. Like, and when I knew like he was the one was when we was just friends. And I was one of those type of agents where I would get calls all around the clock. I was very hands-on with my clients. That's why I was able to do well, because it was always business hours for me. And so I would get calls at like 12 at night, 1 in the morning, or my homeboy may call or whatever. He needs some advice. He never tripped. He was always on some cool shit. And I dated so many jealous guys. He never dimmed my light. That's what it was. He never dimmed my light. He never tried to like make me feel small. Yeah. And so I was like, that's different. I never really had anybody that was just like, be you. I want to see you shine. He wanted to see me shine. Nobody really wanted to see me shine. They wanted to like cage me. They wanted to lock me away, put me in a box, stick me over here. Don't touch. But with him, he didn't move like that. He was like, do you, live your best life, and I'm right here.
I think when guys get around pretty women, they can't help the urge to like go at it, because they might lose their opportunity. It's like they can't just be chill around women when you just gotta relax and just see what happens. I didn't master that game so well. Mastered that game so well. Not that I even have an angle, but I like having platonic friends. And
absolutely.
If it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. If it don't, then cool. Like,
right. I even put him on to another chick. That's how crazy it is.
It didn't work.
Well, no, I was out one day just with some friends that one of my associates had introduced me to this female, and she's one of those, looking for the check, looking for the money, and being an insurance agent, like, I'm dealing with assets. So I was like, let me introduce you to my friend, and I'm like, I know what she's on. So it's like, hey, let me throw a little assist pass. And she was thirsty, and he was like, yo, you gonna throw me one? I'm gonna take it. So I actually introduced a female to him, and they hit it off and everything, which is crazy, right? But I didn't know this is gonna be my fiance. You feel me? I had no idea. But I'm just like trying to stay focused, handle my business. I've always been the homegirl that's like, I'm gonna throw my homies one, so that way I still get all the perks, the benefits, but I don't have to like take it there. You feel me? So it's like, I'm always gonna throw you one to where you like, yo, Brit, mad cool. You feel me? So
so this was like your close home girl?
No.
Okay.
This is not a close home girl.
Okay.
This was just somebody I had met that a friend of mine was like, oh, you need to meet this girl. She's probably a good person to meet. You can network and et cetera. And isn't that funny? Yeah. But I mean, obviously it didn't work out. But yeah, we were strictly friends when we met.
Now, at what point? How did he cross like that?
How did he cross from like friend to like dating?
Yeah. Did you show him a sign, or did he like what happened?
You know what it was? We just started spending so much time together. We started traveling. We was traveling everywhere together.
Traveling.
Yes. But when I told him, when I initially, like, when he invited me on the first trip, I was like, listen, I just want to let you know, like, I know what's expected when you want to, like, fly a girl somewhere. I already know what it is. Like, come on. I done seen it all, done it all. I know what it is. And I was like, I just want to let you know, like, if I come on this trip, this is strictly just us, you know, catching a vibe, no sex, no nothing, just a vibe. So if you cool with that, you know, I'll come, but I just don't want you to have any unrealistic expectations for this trip because I know what it is. So he was like, nah, you cool. We just chilling. And so I went, nothing happened, and he was still the same person afterwards. Cool as hell. Did not change up, didn't switch up. Most guys, like, you go, you don't,
Be mad
they
as
don't
hell.
hit, they don't hit, they like, man, you slowly see the downward, the downward spiral, like, so it's like, he never switched up on me. And I was like, I like that.
Did y'all sleep in the same bed when y'all went out?
No, not
Separate
the
beds?
first time that we went on a trip together. But as we started traveling, I'm like, yo, he is mad cool. I'm telling all my homegirls, like,
That's crazy.
yo, he cool as shit. He ain't even tried it. Now I'm like, yo, it make me want to try it since he ain't tried it. I'm like, hold up.
Damn.
But I didn't. But it was just the fact that he wasn't pressed. And it was like, everybody's always pressed. Everybody's pressed. So, no, we hit it off. We were really good friends. We actually was able to build a good relationship before actually dating. And I feel like that's the part that everybody missed. Everybody just goes straight in and don't build no type of relationship, and then they be like, damn, this nigga was a whole fuck nigga.
Yeah.
And you like, damn. But it's too late. So I was actually able to take my time.
I think the best relationships are like when you start off like that. When you start off as friends and there's really nothing expected.
No, that's exactly what it was. And it was like, he already was like, damn, like, I ain't fucking, but you still want to be around?
Yeah.
So the fact that he still was like, wanting to be around, you know, I could call him if I ever, you know, needed, you know, just a man's help with something. He was always there. And I was just like, damn. But it was no fuck shit.
Yeah.
Is why I liked him. You know how you can deal with a woman and then like they there and then they ghost, or like they just be having some really unusual patterns that'll like be like, I don't know, she seemed like she got a lot going on, or he got a lot going on, I don't know about him. It wasn't none of that. Everything was just real smooth. It didn't feel like games. It didn't feel like he was playing a game with me. It just felt real and organic. And I was like, ooh, I like that.
So who made the first move?
I like that. No, he did, of course.
Like how?
I don't know. I feel like maybe the first move was like, because now we traveling, we're sleeping in the same bed, but I feel like now we're like cuddling a little bit or something. But it was almost like he like became my man without even trying to be my man. Like, I've like never had that before. Like, it was like we were just always together. Then it was like, I remember I needed to take one of my cars to get service, and he let me use his car, and it was just like our lives started to just combine. And I was like, you look up, you like, damn, like, you know, I'm driving his car now, which of course I got my own whip. Yeah. And we in the kitchen, we cooking, and I'm like, are we dating? Like, you look up, you're like, oh, we're dating. You like don't even realize you're dating, and you don't realize that you're only spending all your time with this one person. And so it was just a very organic, natural chemistry. And it was like he was just always chill, and I like that.
Okay. Yeah, friends for 3-4 months. At what point did he propose?
So we were friends for 3 or 4 months. Then we started dating for like another 3 or 4 months, and then we got engaged.
He ain't playing.
For Christmas. I mean, you got a bad bitch She got her shit together. She got her own motherfucking money.
Yeah.
She killing it. She on her shit. I mean, why wouldn't you not want to wipe that and put a ring on it?
Niggas be playing games.
Absolutely. And trust me, I didn't seen it all.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like with him, we really established like a real friendship. We got to really get to know each other. And I feel like I ain't ever really got to truly know who I'm dating. I feel like with him I did. I did. So, and we got engaged at Christmas and bam! Yeah, and now it's been like 2 years now.
2 years? So you're not in a rush to get married?
I'm not in a rush. I'm very business driven. I feel like the hard part's out of the way.
Yeah.
I feel like women are always chasing a ring. I got the ring. So it's like we got the house, we got the boats, we got the cars, we got everything. So it's like the wedding, that's just coloring in the lines. We got the foundation already.
You know, some women get the ring and they don't get past that though. They get the ring and never fully get the full thing of marriage.
I feel like that's true, but I feel like with us, it's more just whenever you're ready to plan the wedding. So it ain't are we not gonna get married or this? It's like whenever you're ready to plan the wedding, just we'll set a date and make it happen. It's just real easy going. I've never really had a relationship where everything was just smooth sailing. Yeah. Where it was no fuck shit, or I feel like I know somebody and then bam, they show me a whole different side. I feel like he's the same person he was when I met him. Yeah. And it's like, I like the fact that he was chill. He never did too much. He was never flashy. He was never over the top. I was always the extra one. He's the more reserved one. And so we balance each other out.
So he's not like the typical person that you would date?
I feel like my dating has evolved. I feel like when I used to date, it was more of like fun, a good time. Just that random, you don't really pay attention to all the signs where it could be red flags. You're just like, fuck it, I'm living. And now as I've gotten older, you have to date with purpose. You can't just be outside just all over the place. You got to actually be like, all right, because when you have assets and you have shit to lose, you can't put yourself in a situation to fuck up everything that you built, So I just feel like when I met him, it was just everything, the timing was there. And I felt like I've met guys in my past where the timing just wasn't right. And I feel like with him, everything just all lined up perfectly. And that was the difference. Yeah, everything aligned.
Now I seen this thing on Instagram. It said, would you rather have, if you had to choose, would it be a big house or would it be a big wedding?
Big house. I don't want a big wedding. No, I'm the type of person where I don't like a lot of friends. I'm not the IG girl who friends with all the IG bitches. I'm not that person.
Look like
you said I look like it? I'm not the girl on the gram who's friends with all the popular girls. I'm just not that person. I feel like those girls have tried to build relationships, but I feel like all those relationships are fake. I feel like people just want the sauce. They want to be like, well, bitch, how did you do it? I want to see how you did it. How did you build your brand, or how did you stay out the way, or how did you get the ring? How did you get everything you wanted? And I feel like with elevation, you got to separate yourself. You can't be, outside with a bunch of bitches that you don't know. Right. I don't want to be out with a bunch of million follower females that are empty inside, or trying to come for my man, or, trying to figure out how I'm getting money and trying to penetrate the set. No, you got to be exclusive with your energy. And I feel like when you keep people out, it's harder for people to fuck up what you got going on. So
I truly
feel like you got to be tight. And I feel like I don't trust the girls who have 50 million BFFs or at 50 million dinners. I don't hang out with a crew. I be having 2, 3, 4, 5 friends max. and then that's really it. And that's enough for me.
What I noticed, like, it don't even be real friendships. It just
It
be
don't.
like for
It
the
be for
clout.
aesthetics and
Yeah.
clout.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like when I got engaged, I had so many people that I've never met or never talked to that were like reposting it. When I got engaged, I'm like, I don't know you, met you,
Mhm.
anything. And now it's like girls hitting me, oh, we need to do dinner, we need to do lunch. And I'm like, for what? For what? Do dinner for what?
To get in where they fit in.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. So I
Mm.
keep a tight.
So you're gonna have you like a small wedding, like out the country or something, 10 people.
Just I'm all about my family. I love my family. I want my grandparents there. So I don't know if I could do out the country
Yeah.
because my grandparents are in their 90s, in their mid 90s.
Mhm.
So that might be too much, but definitely somewhere else. But I'm thinking like sexy but intimate.
Mhm.
And he's waiting on me to plan it. But I'm like, I feel like when you have business opportunities, you have to strike while the iron's hot. So it's like I have to fulfill some of my obligations with, some of the different business ventures that I'm working on. I don't want to miss that space. So I'm like, once the smoke clears, then I'll get more focused on the wedding because I'm like, we already have the foundation, we have the love,
Yeah.
we have all of that. So I'm like, it's no real rush for the actual, wedding part. We have everything. So.
I have a friend that been engaged for about 8 years.
Oh man, that's too bad.
It's like, I mean, I
That's
guess
too bad. But is she been engaged for 8 years because he's not ready,
I don't think it's not that he's not ready, or maybe
or they're just comfortable?
I think maybe comfortable, and I don't know.
Does she want to get married?
I think every girl want to get married.
So then what are they waiting on? 8 years? That's a long time. I feel like because we got together quick, I feel like
There was no rush.
there's no rush.
Let's really
now.
get to know each other.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
Was it like a big proposal? Like, did he like set you up? Like, did you?
you know what? It wasn't even a big proposal. We for Christmas we got this beautiful house in the hills in LA, and
Just y'all
remember
two?
this is during the pandemic. Yeah, me, him, and the poodle.
Okay.
And he proposed for Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. He just seemed like a guy that would like go all out or something,
Yeah.
or like.
But he's mad chill though.
hmm
Like he's reserved. That's what I like.
Very
I feel
reserved,
like
very reserved.
most guys that I've dated were just like doing too much or over the top. Or it's like I always had to be on in relationships. I never really got to just let my hair down and just relax.
Yeah.
I could do that now. I have peace. I feel safe. I never felt safe ever.
Yeah.
And that is so important, feeling safe with a man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, that's a non-negotiable for me. It's feeling safe. And you could date guys and not feel safe or not feel protected
Yeah.
or not feel like, you can come to them. He's my best friend. We can talk about anything. We talk about hoes. We talk about business. We talk about family. Like, I have a good relationship with his ex-wife. Like, me and her are cool. Like, it's just, we got a nice thing going. Yeah.
I think when you look at women like you, when you see women like you, you would think it's harder to get women like you, and you would be more comfortable with people that are in the fast lifestyle, like rappers and people that got
I've
hella
done
money.
that already.
Uh-huh.
I've done all of that. It's not all that it's cracked up to be.
Right.
So it's like I've dated the director, I dated the rapper, I dated the producer, and like once you get to a certain place, you want peace. You don't want to have to worry about hoes every 2 seconds, or you don't have to worry about, having to be in the shadow of your man, or you don't want to be in that life. Like when it's time to get married,
Yeah.
I feel like you got to have a difference. It has to be a difference from who you deal with, who you have fun with, and then who you marry or who you want to have a long-term relationship with. And I feel like those are sometimes separate people, right? Isn't that fair to say?
Yeah.
Because I felt like I dated the athletes and all that, but when I think about it, I would have never married any of them.
Right.
None.
Because you'd be worried the whole.
That's my
relationship.
point. Girls that I know that's married or dating, it's very stressful.
Yeah.
Very stressful. And I get it. Like, every day, you know, bitches is throwing themselves, you know, which that don't mean that they can't be faithful, but you're just in a high risk environment.
High risk.
High risk. And so for me, it's like, I love being in my bubble.
Yeah.
I have the best bubble ever. It's a beautiful thing when you find something that makes sense and works. So
I want this to be a lesson to all the guys that's watching, because you really don't have to be like the it guy for real. You don't have to be this.
you don't have to be in the
the
limelight.
flashy.
You don't have to be like, what did Frank Lucas say? The loudest man in the room is
It's the brokest.
is the brokest or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. Get you a reserved man, I promise you.
Reserved.
Yeah.
Now it'd be some women that what are your
'Cause you need balance. I'm a Libra.
okay?
My birthday.
Your birthday coming up.
Yeah, Sunday, I believe.
What you doing?
We're going out of town for my birthday. Yeah.
Town or country?
Country. We're going to Cabo. Yeah. Yeah. Nice little getaway. Yeah. So everything is more like relaxed, and I'm in my soft air, and I could sleep at night, and you know, it's peaceful.
Now, okay, I gotta ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Now, okay, what does he do for a living?
He is very, very, very intelligent. So his background is in IT. So
IT, man.
yes, his background is in IT. So he knows how to build like infrastructures. So he has a trucking business. He has a car dealership. But yeah, so serial entrepreneur.
Now, because we just talked about like dealing with people in the limelight, dealing with athletes and celebrities. Now the money. Now, does he have to make a certain amount of money for you?
I feel like for me, it's not that he has to make a certain amount. It's more of like a mindset. But at the end of the day, like I'm always gonna want to be with a man that can take care of his woman.
Yeah.
So no matter how much money I make, I still need him to make more
Right.
and be able to take care of his home. So that's very important to me. Yeah. So
I like that answer.
yeah.
So you couldn't be the woman that's
The
making-
breadwinner?
yeah.
I could if the tables turn. You know what I mean? I could, like, if some shit happened and the tables turn, absolutely, because we've already built that, you know,
from the jump.
from the jump.
No.
Oh,
from the jump, from you. Like,
could I date somebody who has less?
you're a
than me?
millionaire. I make $100,000 a month.
I think I could, absolutely, because I think it's a mindset. Because sometimes you may not have done the business, or you might be working on the business that's going to make you all this money. As long as you're ambitious and all of that, I feel like, you know, you could date people that make less money than you. So I definitely think, you know, but I'm just, I like to be able to, you know, I have a man that goes hard, and, you know, he does what, you know, he takes care of his home. So that's important to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
And I'm sure it's intimidating to date women who are successful, but you know, and I hope like guys dating successful women, it forces them to want to, you know, step their shit up as well. But I don't think there's anything wrong with dating somebody who has, you know, less money. Yeah.
I think it's more for the guy. They would feel a little intimidated.
Yeah. Inferior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. In my personality, I think it would be hard if I had a man who was making less, because I feel like I wouldn't allow him to be the man. I feel like I can just naturally be bossy.
Yeah.
And
Especially if you're pretty.
And I think that would turn him off.
Yeah. If
Like,
you're pretty and you make more money, it's like,
I'm aggressive.
damn, somebody gonna steal her from me. I would think. This ain't gonna last long. She gonna find somebody that's balling.
I don't know. But I mean, that's not my situation.
Right. Now, you're about to get married. So, what are your thoughts on
What?
prenup?
Prenups? I feel like if you're both successful, I don't really feel like it's necessary unless the scale is like a huge, you know, difference. But I feel like if I was worth like $100 million, then I would get a prenup. But I'm not.
What if he wants a prenup? Would you feel any type of way?
I wouldn't feel any type of way. No, if you want to protect what your assets or whatever, that's fine. As long as my shit protected too. So no, I wouldn't feel any type of way. Yeah, I wouldn't. No.
If I was, I don't know how I feel about that. Somebody asked me that a while ago, and I said that if I was to get divorced, I would give her at least 40%.
I think that's fair. She put in a lot of work in
Right.
marriage. I think prenups should be based on how long you've been together and make sure nobody's cheating, like, you know, things of that nature, to where it's fair, you know. Or if the woman helped the man build their company and their business and all that, she deserves a portion of that.
Right.
I don't feel like, you know, if she put in the work, she was in the gym shooting, make sure she gets some of that check.
I think so too. Because
So I think that's super fair.
if I started out with $1 million and I grew to like 100 mil, 30 mil, 50 mil, and you was beside me, I think you deserve some of that.
Absolutely, 100%. I would feel some type of way if I didn't, because I'm like, I'm there raising your children, taking care of your house, making it to where all you got to do is work. You ain't got to worry about shit. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Everything is all laid out, taken care of, and autopilot. So I'm providing an atmosphere and a space to where you can just do your thing. That has a value.
now, do you cook and clean?
I do.
Both?
I do cook and clean. Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about?
But my man doesn't require it.
Okay.
No, he doesn't require it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do.
Now, at what point do you think you'll hire somebody to do all this?
I mean, we've had maids,
Yeah.
you know, in our last home, but yeah, I mean, if it gets overwhelming, if I got too much going on, absolutely, I'm gonna hire, you know, some help. Absolutely.
I made this post. Well, this guy, he was,
You know him 500?
Say that again.
Him 500?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah. So
yeah.
he was on my
He's part of the circle of CEOs.
Yeah. So he was like, like I don't require my wife to cook and clean. I don't even need her to, because I need her to do so many other things.
That's how I feel. Yeah, that's why he don't be stunting that shit. That's little shit. I feel like the problem is today is I feel like there's a lot of bad bitches who get with men with money, and they don't really feel like they need to bring anything to the table outside of just being a bad bitch. And it's like, for me, I bought my man a Rolls Royce for Christmas. You didn't see that? It went viral. They got like 1 million.
Did I? I think I did see
Are
that.
you serious? It was like, it was everywhere on blogs.
I think I seen it. I did see it.
I said you have some women who sit in the Rolls Royce, and then you have other women.
I remember that
who
post.
buy them.
I remember that post.
And I did that because I wanted to show the appreciation for my man and let him know, like, damn, you've been a nigga, like, you that nigga. So you need to be able to be appreciated and have a woman who's gonna go just as hard for you. And so I bought him a Rolls Royce. I bought him a Ray.
That's crazy.
So,
where are the women at?
I feel like men don't allow women to be in a space to be. I've never been with a man who have made me want to do something like that for them. I haven't. Like, I spent a bag on my man, like a real bag. Like,
that's not normal.
No, but I feel like how he treats me, the respect, everything, like how he makes me feel, like he would do anything in this world for me. And I feel like that's priceless. And I feel like men need to be, you know, tricked on.
We do.
You know, men need to be loved on and treated like a king. And, you know, I take my man, I pop up with gifts, and like, he's like, he that nigga for real. So I'm like, you gon' see the benefits on why you chose me to be your wife. So it's like, and it ain't like a pick me or a choose me. We together.
Right.
But he is somebody who literally has like anything I can imagine.
Oh.
So it's like, for me, it's like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to go out and do something like that? Because now, you know what that does? It's like, if we didn't work out, where would you go?
Right.
Where would you go? It's like when you've had a taste of caviar, it's like, and I had caviar for the first time today. It was nice.
Today?
Today,
Okay.
for the first time. It's like you're accustomed to your woman treating you a certain way. It's gonna be very hard to kind of, you know, not get all this greatness.
Right. Right.
So, and not that it's about materialistic
No, it's not
things or any of that.
It's the thought.
It's the thought, and it's like, okay, I can afford it, I can do it, and that's what I knew he wanted one, and he was about to buy his own, and I'm like, no, honey. Well, I didn't tell him that.
Yeah.
But I surprised him.
What did he say?
He, like, and I want to say, I think it's all still on Instagram too, on my page. But you see the whole moment. It was just like, you're shocked because you don't expect that. And I feel like you don't see regular people buying stuff. You see celebrities, the Cardi B's and the Offsets buying each other these gifts, but you don't see. I ain't seen none of these bad bitches on the gram just going out saying, "Hey, I appreciate my man. I'm gonna buy you Rolls Royce." I've never seen that. And these girls, they got money, they got businesses. I feel like in today's day, I feel like it's all about how much a woman can get, but they not really doing nothing for their man. But I feel like you got to provide that safe haven in order to be in a space where you want to do that for your man. So
you only see that with celebrities, rappers.
that's how I feel.
And it's like, for a man to even think that was even possible, I got to get with one of these type of women.
And he had no idea.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
I never expect anything big from like.
And you know what's crazy? I surprised him, and in our first year, I took him, on a surprise vacation for his birthday. You got to keep in mind we're in the pandemic, and he was like, "Nobody's ever flown me out.
Man.
Nobody's ever like bought me a Rolex or taken me on vacation, and I didn't have to pull my wallet out." And I'm just like, in this day and age, with all these successful women, and nobody has been able to dig in their own pocket and do something nice for their man. It's crazy.
It's such a fast-paced society. Like, I don't think that.
But I feel like if you're loved properly, I feel like that should be a no-brainer.
I feel like I'm the type of nigga that I should be getting that type of stuff. Real talk.
But are you providing a safe haven for whoever you're dating?
Now, maybe
because
maybe not right now.
What you put in, I feel like what you put in is what you get out.
Yeah.
And then I also feel like then you got the stupids. So it's like, some women can see all the red flags and still stick around. So it's just like, or they like, oh, my man, da 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 da. But it's like, well, if you won't be there, then you there. Don't complain, and you sticking around and you allowing it. So
was your mom and dad together?
Yeah. My parents got married when I believe my mom and my dad got together when my mom was 17 and my dad was 19. Yeah, and then they were together for 32 years, married, until my dad passed away.
Damn.
I was the biggest daddy's girl.
That's beautiful.
Biggest daddy's girl. And my dad, he was a super breadwinner. He was I'm going to take care of my family. I'm a great father, great grandfather, just great overall businessman. Like, I love my dad. My dad was an amazing role model. And I think that's another reason why, like, I'm with my man is because there's so many things that he reminds me of him. And I think like women who've had a good relationship with their father, they want a man who has some similarities to their father.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask you, so you had an example, basically.
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like a lot of people can come from a 2-parent household and still, that don't do shit.
Okay, so how do you feel like you're gonna be a good wife? Are you preparing yourself to be?
So how do I feel like I'm a good wife? How I'm gonna be a great wife?
Yes.
Or like a mother and all those things?
Yes.
I just feel like I'm a very like positive and forward-thinking person. So I'm always looking for the good. I'm always, whenever we have little tiny conflicts, I'm always like, hey, let's try to figure out, how can we not do that, or how can we always stay strong as a unit. And so I feel like I'm a very positive person. And then also I'm all about, I always take accountability. I can admit when I'm wrong, I can take fault, but I just feel like to be a good wife, you have to be able to take care of your man. You have to, have your own life. I feel like that's very important. I feel like a lot of women don't have their own life. I always want to have my own shit going on. No matter how much money he makes, I want to always have my own money. That's important to me. Because I feel like when you got your own money, then you can't really be controlled. And not to say a man naturally wants to control a woman, but I feel like you don't have a voice if you don't bring anything to the table. That's just how I feel. So, but I feel like I have my own life, and I feel like he always says, I know no matter what, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm a great mom to my dog. But no, I'm gonna be a great mother. I want children. I want maybe 2 max. And I'm a forward thinking person, so I'm always thinking about 5 and 10 years from now. So while he be thinking about the now and what's going on, I'm like, okay, honey, I'm planning for 10, 15 years from now. So I'm all about balance. I'm a Libra, of course, and stability, and just, I'm gonna always keep the peace. But I'm still like a very strong, dominant woman. So I'm the type where I don't take no shit either. So I feel like you got to be a strong man to be able to have a strong woman. So I feel like men aren't always comfortable being with a strong woman because it forces them to have to, whether it's level up or be held accountable for their, shit. Yeah. Or just, when you have a woman who like knows and like confident and, she's got all her shit laid out, it's like you got to come, correct. Because shit, you got a top-notch bitch. So at any given moment, it's like you want a woman that adds a little pressure. You know what I mean? You want a woman that's worth losing. I feel like that's the problem with a lot of men. Men always want to be the prize. They don't want their woman to be the prize. They don't. So if you have a woman that you feel like is worth, like that you would not want to risk losing, I feel like you're going to respect and go that much harder for your woman. But if you feel like, I'd be straight if I lost my bitch, then you kind of like, if I fuck up, I know she ain't going nowhere. Right. I can find a bitch that's better than her. Then it's like you gonna move differently. So I feel like you also have to be ready for a woman that, is a woman that you would want to be married. You got to be ready for that. You can't really come to the table and play with that because you might miss your blessings.
Facts.
So
I always said that I want someone that I'm scared to lose.
Absolutely. I feel like that's the only way that the respect stays there.
Yeah. You
with a woman and you done dogged and dragged this hoe forever, you're not going to respect her. Is how I feel. You're not going to respect her. So that's why I'll have conversations with women. They'll be like, man, I've been with this man for 10 years and I've been wanting, to get married and I wanted this and you done had all these kids for this man and then y'all break up and then he gets with a woman and marries her immediately. So I feel like that's because he felt that he had to do what he needed to do to get her, but he didn't have to do that over there. Right. So I feel like, men are going to do what you allow, and men are going to level up for the woman they want to level up for. So
it's about really like putting your foot down.
Absolutely. Yeah. But you also have to be in a place to receive the blessings. You can't say you want, wifey material and then you're not really giving off husband material. It don't really work that way. So if you want some bullshit, you can't really expect to have, this sacred space or, this sacred relationship. You're not going to have that because you on the fuck shit. You can't, you're not going to have what you truly want until you ready to put in the work to get what you want and be able to receive what you need. Right?
That's a message. That's real.
Yeah. So.
What do you think your mom, like watching your mom and dad as growing up, like what do you think she instilled in you to be this person?
Yeah, so I feel like my mom was a super strong woman, and my dad was like the spontaneous, like live on the edge type. So I feel like my mom always taught me to be strong. My mom always taught me how to be able to do all the important things, like, you know how to take care of yourself and know how to take care of your business. And just, I feel like all those important business and just values and having a man respect you and not taking no shit. I got that from my mom. My mom is like, she a sharp shooter, like no chaser, nothing. So I'm very outspoken. I get that from my mom. So I have one of those personalities where it's like, you either love me or you hate me. I don't really have the in between. You're either, oh my God, I love Brit, or I can't stand that bitch. So I speak how I feel, and you either love me because I'm real, or you mad because did she really just say that? Yeah, I said it. And with my dad was the businessman, spontaneous, lots of personality, great at almost everything. I'm great at a lot of things. And I get that from my dad. Athlete, I was an athlete. So my dad knew how to, get to the bag, and he knew how to take care of his family. He was a real lover. And so I'm a combination of my mom and my dad.
Okay.
And everybody that knows me knows, my dad, I was the biggest daddy's girl. And it's like, now me and my mom are BFFs.
If you don't mind me asking, how did your dad pass? My
dad had diabetes. It's a crazy story actually, because even though he had diabetes, he was tall. He was, my dad always played sports. So he looked healthy. He wasn't a guy who didn't look healthy. And he had got a bunion on his foot, and because when you're diabetic, you heal slow. So he had a bunion on his foot that just wouldn't go away. And he got a blood clot and died, just like that.
How quick?
He had surgery on his foot, and then a month later he died. Yeah. Wow. So it was the blood clot, and he went into cardiac arrest.
How long ago was this?
2015. Yep. Yep. It's crazy. So, yeah, it came literally out of nowhere. Like, it was a huge blow. And so my dad, he was like, when my dad passed away, it like forced me to like grow up, because my dad, he did pretty well, and he took care of everybody. Like, he always, if any of us ever need anything, we always call dad. My mom's like, stop doing this, stop doing that, and get them out of our pocket. And my dad was like, no, these are my girls. I have 2 sisters, so all girls. My dad had all girls. And so when he passed, I felt like I kind of, he passed the torch to me.
You the oldest?
I'm the youngest, but I'm the little older sister.
It'd be like that, man.
It'd be like that. So it's like, I'm just I've just always been like, I have that personality where I'm like the older sister with my sisters. So.
Sure, she seems like she's just younger than you for some reason.
Well, she's like a live wire. She's fun. Yeah. She's cool. But yeah, she's 3 years older than me. Her birthday's a week from mine.
I'll talk to her for like an hour today.
Yeah, she's cool. Sherry is like a free spirit.
Very cool.
She's cool as hell, free spirit, just like super down to earth, mad chill, just, and I'm more of the like, okay, did you take vitamins today? Did you go to the gym? Did you work on your business? How's your credit doing? Do we need to look at your credit? I'm that sister. So.
Now, can we talk about your past relationships?
Yeah, that's fine. We could do a little dibble and dabble.
All right, so I seen this picture.
Okay.
When y'all was together. He was in the water. He was on his back. I think I was in like Paris or France or some shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How was that situation? Like, why didn't it work? Because when I seen it, I was like, damn, these. I was like happy for you. I was like, damn, like she didn't came up in life, Ross. Like, what happened? Like,
I feel like when we met, it was just like one of those sweep you off your feet, just romance type of relationships, and it was like a fairy tale, but it never felt
real.
real. It felt like you're dreaming, you know. And so, I mean, we had fun. We lived, we traveled. You know, I was there for him when he went through that whole case where, you had the ankle monitor and he was fighting that case and all that. I went to court and, I did all that with him and all in the blogs and TMZ and we in the airports and, funny story is we were in Cannes for one of his tours and we were partying with the Prince of Saudi Arabia. And we like took this small boat to this yacht, and so because he's an entertainer, they want to pay them lots of money to just do a quick 20-minute performance, right? So wanted to give him a crazy bag for like a quick performance, right? So we hop on this little boat to get to this stupid crazy yacht of the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Like, I'm not making this shit up, it's crazy. And so we're on the boat, he does his performance. We eat, we hang out, it's supermodels, it's 7 a.m. in the morning, like, just best life lived. And it's time to go. And he was like, nah, I want you to perform some more. And, like, you feel like when you're a celebrity and, they feel like you're talent, like you're performing, like, And so they did not want to let us leave. And literally, they like had us hostage because they were like, "Nah, we not done. We want y'all to keep performing." and he was like, "Nah, we out."
Yeah.
And so he called the security and all the people, and they bucked on him, and we went down, and they grabbed one of his little brothers or something, and had a whole like guns and rifles and all types, and they was like, "Y'all don't let me go. We taking the brother." And so that's how we were able to
Wait. Y'all took the brother.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And we're like, if you do not let us leave. And I'm like, oh, Lord, my mom, I said, this is not how I want to die. I'm like, I'm going to be all over the news. And I'm just, it's like going through my head.
This
like,
Saudi
please,
Arabia.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't let this be the end. Like, don't let this moment while I'm in the south of France on a yacht. And I was like stuff you only see in the movies was happening in real life. And that's how we were able to escape and get off that yacht. And they had him hostage, and had him hostage until we were all the way on the boat to we out. And
that's crazy.
Yeah. But he's a cool guy at the end of the day. I'll never say anything bad. He was a great person. We after it ended, we didn't speak for a while. I just wasn't interested in speaking, but we became close, and we became good friends, and it didn't work out, but it was a cool chapter. It was fun. It was an experience, and he's a great person. He has an amazing family, mom, sisters, all of that, and it was just a chapter. But it was like a fairy tale. It never really felt real. But yeah.
Most women, they would die for those situations, and
absolutely
not knowing what it
I
really
don't think I could do the pressure of dating a celebrity. It's a lot.
What advice would you give women that dream that and that want that life but don't really know what it comes with?
I don't think it's real. I feel like, well, I won't say it's not real. It's just not for me. It's not for me. I could not live that life. But I feel like for women, the girls that are willing to do whatever it takes to date a celebrity and all that, that's a certain type of life that you have to be comfortable with. And it's like a anything goes type of thing. And it's like if you want to be there and, try to hang in there to be the last one standing, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a fight every day. So it's like you got to have it in you. But I mean, you got to think about, what do you want at the end of the day? Do you want a family? Do you want to get married? What type of relationship do you want for your children? Like all those things matter. And do you want a life of, TV and film and red carpets and all that? A lot of people can do that, and I just feel like it's an acquired, type of thing. And women do it every day, but it's tough. It's tough to have a strong relationship in that type of environment where it's so much pressure, it's so many hoes, it's so many groupies, everything is set up to fail. Everything is set up to fail. But people do it every day, but it's not something that's for me.
How long did it last?
It wasn't that long. When we dated, we kind of had that type of relationship where we're together every single day. So I want to say we dated maybe about 4 months, but it felt like so much longer because we were together every day for not every day, but we were together like 80-90% of the time. And we were traveling the world, and so much had happened during that time. We had court cases and traveling, and I want to say he might have even had a health scare while we were together. It was just so many different a dynamic. And so it was a chapter, and it's part of my story.
How did it end?
How did it end? I just feel like we were just in different places. And so it just ran its course, basically. It just ran its course. Yeah. No, I had a lot of very public relationships, but I feel like when you allow people in your business, as quickly as you allow them in your business, if your shit ain't strong, that's how quickly that it can fall apart. And so I feel like social media, outside influences can really take a toll on relationships. And so that's why when I got with my fiance, we were very private in the beginning. Because when you build that foundation, it's hard to, break it if you ain't got nobody trying to penetrate and ruin it.
Does he even have an Instagram?
Who? My fiance?
Yeah.
No, he does. He's just chill.
Okay.
And I be on his page. I be watching his page. So I be, you know how females they won't be checking for somebody or know about somebody, and then the second you're with them, and then all of a sudden, they want to be like, well, who is she with, or whatever. So, people gonna always try it. Always try it. So.
Now y'all got businesses together. You have boats and jets and.
We've got a boat. Yeah.
That you own.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's at the Lake Lanier.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not scared of Lake Lanier?
No, you know what it is? Lake Lanier is with water. With water, you have to be safe on water, and I feel like you can't just be jumping in open water knowing that there's a lot of debris underneath the ocean. So I just feel like you got to be careful on the water. I don't do jet skis. I don't even get in the water, in the open water. If we're docked and we're just over by the shallow part, I'll get in that. But I'm not jumping in no open water. Absolutely not.
I wouldn't jump in Lake Lanier.
No, absolutely not. But it's a vibe though. It's a vibe on the lake. Yeah, if you're safe, you know how to, my man, he knows how to drive the boat really well. So when you do it right, it's a vibe.
What about the jet?
The jet?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a jet. Where are you getting this information
Listen,
from?
I
do not have a jet.
Yo, listen, I talked to your sister. She was like,
she is so
she
crazy.
said G5 boats.
No, she is crazy.
This is what you're saying.
I have flown on private jets and planes, but
She said, "Listen,
no,
they
like,
doing their thing. Listen, they
no,
got boats, they
no,
got
but you gotta
yachts, they
keep in
got."
mind, my sister, I love her to death, but you gotta keep in mind, she's still watching from the outside. So she's crazy.
Now-
You don't have a jet, no.
Do you think she got jealous, or anybody in your family got jealous when you bought your man a Rolls Royce?
No, my family's not like that. My family's very like humble and chill. I'm the extra one in my family. So it's like I'm the one that does the most, but they're not even about those type of things don't even interest them. So no, my family is really like my biggest supporters.
Okay.
Yeah, we're very close. All my sisters have their license. They all were originally with me when I launched my company.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
What else you got for the people?
What else do we got?
Yeah, what else you got for the people?
What do you want to know?
Everything. Everything.
Yeah, I'm low key these days. I'm trying to enjoy my happiness. Like I be on the gram and I see so much. Like I see all these beautiful women and I be seeing how it's just the dating game is so rough outside. Like it's so rough. I have so many people that come to me like, Brit, just what's the prayer? What's the prayer? We want the Brit prayer. And I'm like, you have to be what you want to receive. And I told myself, I said, once I launch this business, I'm going to find my husband. Like I said that. I was originally supposed to move to Miami. Originally. But because of the pandemic, I stayed in Atlanta. But I was like, I'm going to find my man. Because I felt like when you reach a place where I felt like I wasn't really as respected when I was in the entertainment, modeling and just whatever that space is, even just when I was doing wardrobe styling for TV and film and, all these different things, I just feel like it wasn't really respected. And I feel like when I launched this company, I felt like it was different, And so I felt like men approached me differently. I feel like men came more correct. And I was like, they treat you different when they feel you have a certain level of value. And so I was like, I'm going to find my man that I'm really supposed to be with and be ready to receive those blessings. And so you gotta be in a space to be ready. And I just feel like what I see outside, I'm like, it's a lot of shit. Like sometimes I be having to like step away from the gram because I'm like, whew, it's a lot. And then you want to protect your peace. You want to protect what you have. So that's why I'm like, I don't hang out with a lot of people. Less the better. So I
try to stay out there some.
out of the way.
I try to stay out the way as well. Like dating
Yeah.
in Atlanta, dating anywhere, period, is very small. Like you're gonna deal with
But
somebody
I'm sure
that
you with social media, you can date a woman in any place. You can hand pick whoever you want with the gram. And that's what sucks. They didn't have that 50 years ago.
Shit, ain't had
It's
that
like
20 years ago.
men feel like, women are disposable. Because you can literally go on Instagram, like a bunch of photos, DM somebody, and boom.
Quick.
I've dated somebody that I've met off of the gram.
Everybody has it.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
So it's scary.
It is.
That's why it's like you don't want like your significant other like thirsting over bitches' photos and shit. Like you don't want all of that. You want to protect your space. You don't want. I'm not gonna be out with a bunch of thought ass bitches.
Right.
When I'm in this space, it's like they want to come to the house and meet your man. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
Now, would you get on your man about liking pictures, liking big booty pictures and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
What you gonna say?
It's not that I will get on my man. I just feel like it's inappropriate.
To like,
I definitely feel like it's inappropriate to like big, like it ain't even about the size. Just like very overt, provocative, like thought shit. Like a bitch bent over in a thong or a bathing suit and you liking it, that's inappropriate. Because I feel like you can like it with your eyes and not have to double tap.
Right.
But I feel like if you double tap, you want it to be known that, yo, I want you to see that I like your ass.
Right.
I need you to see, because if you looking at it, but what you need a double tap for? Right or wrong? Do you get my point?
No, I get it. Now that you say it like that,
You get what I'm saying? Because you looking at it anyways, but why do you need to double tap it? Do you need her to be like, yo, bitch, that ass is fat? You need her to be like, oh, thank you.
basically.
You looking for that you know what I'm saying? Because you gonna like it, and it's so much ass online, but do you really have to double tap? Because I feel like the double tap is saying, hey, hi, I'm present. I liked your fat ass. I'm over here. I like your fat ass.
You know,
that's how I look at it.
My excuse was, it's the gram. Like, we supposed to like pictures, but with you saying that like that, like,
I feel like if you just single and you dating, like, that's different. But when you trying to have a family and you building, like, you got to be on some other shit. The same, what do they say? Old keys won't unlock new doors.
Yeah.
So if you really ready to step your shit up,
you gotta leave that shit alone.
You gotta leave that shit alone.
That is true, because if you liking somebody's picture, you want them to notice that you liked it.
That's how I feel. You want them to see it, and then then that same female will be like, "Oh, her nigga all in my likes."
That's a fact.
You know?
That's a fact.
Her man always liking all my pics. You don't want nobody to be able to say that about your significant other. Like, oh, her man be thirsty on my page, and that's them like, oh, she might have this and this, but her man stay on my page. Nobody want to hear that, because I'm gonna show respect and do the same. I'm not gonna be in no dudes likes and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that.
It's gonna look fucked up if you're doing it. I swear to God, if I see 100%. You liking a nigga, you know what I'm saying, he got his shirt out and you double tapping.
That's how I feel, because that means I'm trying to say, hey, I liked your photo. Yeah. It's not needed. Damn. So to me, I feel like it's just respect. I don't think it's like a control thing. Like, oh, you can't. You already on the gram. You already following these hoes. Right. So you need to like the ass too. Yeah.
I've been doing it all wrong.
But that's just like when you ready for that next level relationship. I feel like early on when I was dating, like, sometimes I didn't even follow my man, because I didn't want to see none of it. And I didn't want that to be the problem. I feel like with relationships, it's so easy for shit to fall apart to where you got to take yourself out of some situation. And so, yeah, it's a lot of, I didn't want to see it. So if I don't see it, I can't be mad at it. But when you in a mature relationship, you can just keep it 100 and be like, come on now. Yeah.
I don't think women can even accept the fact that they can't see what their man is doing, not following him. They need to know exactly what he's doing. They need to know, like, everything. And sometimes it get annoying too. It's like,
I could be annoying.
I think all women can. All women can. It's like, damn, like, why are you on my line pressing me about Instagram?
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah,
like,
but once you master that space with your significant other, it's a breath of fresh air. Because I do not like that shit. I don't. Because it's so easy to avoid it. What do you need to like this fat ass for? Like, why? What? Tell me. Let's talk about it. What does that do for you? That you rather like this fat ass and have peace within your household? You decide. So then it makes you wonder, like, so then what you really on then?
Right. That's very true.
What are you really on? Or do you want her to just leave you alone so you can just do whatever you want to do? That's how I look at it.
No, you absolutely.
Because a man's still gonna do what a man wants to do, but you're not gonna do that on my motherfucking time.
Especially if the girl got like 5,000 likes, you probably not even gonna get noticed.
Right.
But when you scrolling, you gonna see that.
I know women that got 2 million followers and you liking an ass pic that's got 47,000 likes. Why do you need to like that shit? You want to be amongst the 47,000 likes? You want to say, hey, I like that fat ass too. Like, why? So I just feel like it's unnecessary. And it keeps the peace in that space to just, we have our little, respectable rules in that space. Not really rules, just like, let's just keep it cool.
There's just certain things you're just not supposed to do.
Yeah, and I feel like when you in a place where you're trying to get to the next level, like you can't really get to the top if you can't have self-control over these little things that don't matter. These are things that don't matter. These same women that's got 5 million likes or followers could be the same very women that can't even get a man. They got to do this to make themselves feel validated, or because they don't have anybody laying next to them, they got to go to the internet to sleep good at night. Who knows? So it's like, don't be a part of that shit. You know, but yeah, she got a nice ass, absolutely.
Right.
Just don't like it.
Just don't acknowledge it.
Don't acknowledge it. Exactly.
Yeah.
We could talk about it, but just don't like that shit on Instagram.
Like, we could talk about it. Okay,
Yeah,
like
me
you
and
scroll
him
like,
talk about it.
yeah, look at this.
Yeah, that's nice.
See,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That ain't. I don't know.
What?
You're not gonna find too many women that's willing to have a conversation like.
But you still got to be mature enough to do it though. You do. Like, you gotta be ready for that. And I feel like men be mad. They be lying. Niggas be lying over stuff that you ain't even gotta lie about. Like, these are things that you do not have to lie about. Just like, just keep it cool.
Keep it P.
Yeah. So.
I think it was a great conversation.
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
Yeah.
You
very
can talk.
good. Huh?
You can talk.
I can really talk. Yeah.
You can talk.
I really can. You just gotta ask the right questions. But no, I'm a talker, absolutely. Yeah.
So what's next for you?
So what's next? More business, babies.
Babies. Now, are you gonna have
More
kids
real
before the
estate.
marriage, or it don't even matter?
After the wedding. After the wedding. Yeah. I don't want to be fat in my wedding gown. I mean, I will if I have to, but
Yeah.
I done made it this far, so. I done made it this far, so. Yeah, so. Kids, wedding, real estate, more business, more happiness. You know, I'm really considering like helping women find love, because I just feel like women, everybody's just doing it all wrong. Like, all wrong. I really, like, once you get into a relationship that is really like a clean relationship with no fuck shit, you can see so much clearer. Now it's like, I'm embarrassed of some of the people that I've dated. Like, it's that bad, because now I know better. You know what I mean? And I feel like if people knew better, they would do better.
Right.
Or people knew their worth.
How can you help people find love? Like, is it
Because you got to be able to like know, like, I have so many girls that are like, okay, so what are the signs to stay and work on your relationship, and what are the signs to like walk away and leave? So it's like, I feel like women are staying in relationships that do not serve them just off of just comfort.
Right.
You know? So I feel like it's the same way in business. Like, you can't get to the next level being comfortable. You have to keep being in an uncomfortable space to keep elevating. And so
you apply that to relationships.
Absolutely. And I just feel like dating in Atlanta, getting a ring in Atlanta, finding happiness in Atlanta is like, my nigga, what? So
It's crazy that you know, like, you're very, like, women that's on your level as in aesthetics. They just it's not happening.
no. And me and my husband talk about this all the time. Like, it's so many bad bitches that's single.
Why though?
Because I feel like they so caught up in the life. They so caught up with going to the club, popping bottles, you know, a dude spending a check on them at Chanel, and like, they missing all the signs. They just going straight for the vibe. And that could be, I could see young girls doing that, but once you get to a certain place and you've been dating for like 10, 15 years, like, and I've seen it online, it's like, you know better. And then I see the guys start to get younger and younger and younger because you're not evolving, you know? So if you start dating younger and younger guys, I see these girls dating guys that are like 22-year-old athletes. Like, what can you do with a 22-year-old athlete or a 22-year-old rapper, and you're in your mid-30s? What can you do with that other than have fun? That's a good time. And then you wonder why it don't work. You got to go into like, yo, I'm just about to have fun and enjoy myself, and then that's it. But if you really think you're going to get wifed up by one of these little 23-year-old athletes, like, you out your motherfucking mind. Like, come on. And it's crazy, and I be watching this like, are they serious? Just have fun and let it be that. But I feel like you have to get to a point where you got to grow up. You got to put your big girl panties on. Grow the fuck up. Like, step your pussy up. Like, grow up. You cannot be doing the same shit you was doing when you was 19. Let them young girls have that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you in your 30s, you're supposed to be about your business. You're supposed to be finding the man that you're supposed to marry and start that next chapter, not competing with 19-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
I see so much of that on the gram, and I am not gonna say no names, but it's just like, y'all know better.
I think they like women. They go through so much bullshit
What is
with
that?
niggas.
Like, what do you like?
It's just like they go to the next nigga. They
What do
just
they think they're gonna change them?
no. They're going into it just to what can they get from them?
What can they get out of it?
Nothing real.
But
like,
it's like y'all got businesses. Like, is your business doing well enough to take care, or you just want that lifestyle that comes with dating these guys?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think it's lifestyle driven.
Trips.
I don't think it's money driven no more. I think it's the lifestyle, because you can make a lot of money and be bored out of your mind. But I feel like they chasing that lifestyle. They want to be on the red carpets. They want to be in the blogs. They want to be, talked about, all of that. And I'm like, I don't want none of that. I don't want to be a part of none of that. I just want to get my money, sit the fuck down, enjoy my life, and pop out a couple of babies.
and you would do that for so long. By the time you fucking look up and blink, your ass is 35, damn near 40. And it's like, who the fuck gonna really want you at this age? And you got this long list of fucking.
But that's why you're supposed to level up and grow up. You can't, if you've been outside since 18, it's like you gotta switch the setup. You gotta try something different, because whatever you're doing is not working.
So what do you do for fun now besides traveling?
Man, I be in my house. For fun, I love to eat. I love fine dining. So
Fine dining.
I love to eat. We go to nice restaurants, catch vibes, kick it with my girlfriends, just real chill vibes. Because it's like, it's so much. And today, especially in Atlanta, like, it's scary out here. All the robberies, the murders, the fires, the killings. Like, you got to really appreciate who you have next to you and hold on tight. And just do good in the world and just stay out the mix. Like, I do not be outside at all. I have all my fun on vacation. I do not be outside, because it's not a safe place anymore.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe. And that's why, it's good to have insurance on all your shit, because at any given moment, like, if somebody came to me and was trying to rob me, take it.
Right.
Take it all, because it's not worth my life. I'm not fighting for nothing. Have whatever you got, just don't take my dog. Don't take my dog. You can have whatever you want. Don't take my baby.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
It's not worth it. But also, I don't want to put myself in situations to be, So I try to be like, in my everyday life, I'm conservative. I don't be driving all my nice cars.
Yeah.
I drive my GLC, my Benz, and that's my everyday car. So yeah, I get jazzy, I pop my shit, but on the everyday, nah, I'm not gonna be doing the most. Because doing the most in Atlanta is, we live in a very crab in the bucket, mentality, where people don't like to see you successful, and they feel like you don't deserve it. Like, how many people was like, oh, she didn't do that, some dude taking care of her, some dude, put her up, and her man is, sweetheart, I built this empire. That's why I got the ring, because he saw, like, oh, you can't even play with this. So it's like, I came with my shit, my ducks in a row. So it's like, you got to protect what you have. And so you can't be out here, caught slipping or anything. So I just try to keep a low profile. I don't be outside. I don't be hanging out. I just try to do my part.
I think people forget that. Like, you got all this
and
expensive
provide
stuff on.
and provide a safe haven for your man. You don't want I don't want my man like, damn, my bitch out every night. Like, I ain't gonna be in no nigga sections and stuff, and like all that. That's is the problem. It's like, women feel like they could do all that, and it's not looked down upon, or it looks bad. These women can't figure out why their man won't take them serious. Look at you outside and niggas' faces.
Not
and,
even your man, just men,
and
period.
men, period. Nobody wants to see their woman out doing the most all the time. They want to be like, yo, sit down. Sit down every blue moon. Skip a night. Skip a man.
Skip a man.
Something. So I just feel like we in a different place today. Like I literally go outside and I be like, I have anxiety because I feel like I'm a target. So that's why I'm like,
Gotta be
scary.
Gotta be on point.
Yeah, you gotta be on point. Security, everything. Like, cannot play.
And Atlanta is getting so real.
It's so real. That's why I'm like, I stay in my bubble.
And I notice everybody has like jewelry, and I think people forget, like, bro,
Everybody.
people are watching, and everybody ain't got it.
Everybody ain't got it.
A lot of people ain't got it.
Yeah.
A lot of people
absolutely.
fucked up.
A lot of people fucked up.
So if you put yourself in a predicament where somebody can,
Yeah. I don't go outside like this every day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't even go to Lenox by myself or Phipps or anywhere. Absolutely not. Anywhere I go, even when I'm at the gas station, I have security escort me to my car
yeah,
every time, and I keep my pistol with me always. You just never
security
know.
that's at the gas station.
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas stations if I'm in the city.
Yeah,
So it's like I don't play that. I'm always.
I spoke about it on like the PB and Rock situation.
Oh my God, that's so. It's like I didn't even know him, but it's like all that affects me because it's just like all this shit that could have been avoided. You know what I mean? It's so sad. It's so freaking sad, and it's just like life is so precious, and it's just not worth it.
It ain't.
It's not worth it. That's why, like, my dude be like, "Yo, be chill. Don't do too much." So it's like, I try to keep a low profile. You got to, because now it's like these new dudes. They different. They different out here, and they savages. So it's like, I try to just stay away. Yeah.
So like I was raised
It's
in the
a
hood.
time and a place for everything.
It is. I was at this lounge, and I was with like the homies, like my new circle. You know,
Yeah.
niggas with money. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They got shit going on.
absolutely.
Then one of my old friends pulled up, and he was just looking at one of the niggas. I was like, bro, he was like, bro, that shit dancing. He was like, nah, rob that nigga. I said, bro,
And
you can't think like that, bro.
right.
You gotta look at that as motivation. You can't.
Absolutely.
You can't think like you want to take something from the nigga.
Yeah.
We ain't on that no more. Like
Uh-uh.
if he can do it, you can do it too.
Absolutely.
But niggas ain't thinking like that. Niggas
No.
is thinking taking.
Yeah, and that's why I don't be out. I don't come outside like this. You know, we on
Can't.
camera, so we gonna shine.
You feel me? Gotta shine.
We gonna
Gotta shine. They ain't dancing on camera.
gonna shine, but
What's
in
up?
real life, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's a time and a place for everything. So, and that's also a reason why my business was able to do so well, because in a time where shit was really fucked up, I was everybody's savior.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was saving the day, saving the motherfucking day, and so can't go wrong.
If you ain't get nothing from this interview, you should go ahead and start your insurance company, boss your life up.
Yes.
Cost $150,000, get you a franchise. You know what I'm saying?
And I will be teaching you guys how to do the same thing that I have done.
So are you gonna come up with a course, or
Absolutely.
what?
I'm already working on all of it. So
Yo,
the proof
so-
is in the pudding. You know, you got all these courses and all these women who are trying to teach you how to do business
Yeah.
that ain't even done what they teaching. You know what I mean? And it's like, then you got the ones who've actually done it
Yeah.
from the ground up. And so that's what I have for you guys.
So whenever you get done with it, send me the link.
I will.
We can do like affiliation, because like I know this interview gonna do numbers,
Absolutely.
and they gonna be hitting you up in the DMs like, I want to start an insurance company too.
I
So, like,
get so many men, women, everybody. It's such a great business to be
Yeah.
in, and nobody knows anything about it. So I just want to get that conversation started with teaching people about the industry, how to get into it, and once you get into it, it's limitless how much money you can make.
I think you're the perfect person for it.
Yes.
You know, people like to listen to the good-looking people. Like, hey, what you say? You say I can make this?
It's
Cool.
like it's crazy because when I would meet people and they'll be like, "So you're my insurance agent?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
Uh huh.
And they're like for real. They're like, I'm like, yes.
Uh-huh.
And they're just like, well, you should model. I'm like, that's funny. So it's like, no, you can be attractive and,
Yeah.
and do good business and all that
You ain't
stuff.
gonna make the type of money modeling.
No.
Nah.
I mean, not what I was doing.
Yeah.
No.
Facts.
But yeah, so. But yeah, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Brit Eady.
Brit Eady, the legend.
I don't know about all that, but
I think so. I know. I've seen you a few times in like clubs and stuff. Like you stand out like a fucking sore thumb. Like when you be standing in section and stuff. Like if you just scan in the room, you gotta stop. Like I done seen you a couple times out. Like you
Okay.
just stand out.
well,
You know,
thank
like
you. I take that as a compliment.
for sure.
Yeah.
Whew.
But yeah, I got a lot of great things going on, but I can't share them. I like to wait till everything is ready. But I got a lot of great things going on, so you guys stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Follow
We're gonna give you these
Instagram.
vibes. Follow on Instagram. We're gonna give you these vibes, and we're gonna give you some business, some dating, some luxury lifestyle, some real sexy black love, all of that good stuff. And we're gonna do it with a smile and be humble. So
Yeah, when I post this, they gonna be ready for this interview. Like I already know.
I'm like, I need to feel like I'm slouching, and then we're gonna give you these natural hair looks as well.
Natural. Are you black all the way? Like what are you?
I'm black. I have some Portuguese in my family, but I claim black. Nigga.
You and your sister look like y'all foreign.
Well, we have Portuguese in our family. So, but yeah, like I feel like I'm the last of the Mohican. I feel like everybody's part of the wig community, and I'm still over here just getting a blowout.
I can't wait till I find me something like.
My man hates weave.
Man, I hate weave too.
So like he's like, I just like feeling your scalp.
Yes, man. Women don't understand that when you rub through, like you can feel
Yeah,
like.
I also feel like as I've like gotten older and being happy in a relationship, it's like I feel like I don't have to do the most anymore. I don't have to always be done up, always have a face on, or all of that. So it's like you can be more yourself when you're like happy and content. But don't ever let yourself go.
That's a fact.
Don't ever let yourself go. That's important.
Especially while in a relationship, you got to keep it.
No, absolutely.
Keep it spicy.
Absolutely, and I'm a lot of spice. Yeah, that's for a different day. Okay.
Woo. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys check out the Patreon. Man, I can't wait for this episode to come out.
Yes. I enjoy myself.
I enjoyed it. Like I can listen all day.
I literally have been turning down like interviews and podcasts for years, and this is like my first one in a long time.
Blessing.
So I'm like,
Blessing in disguise.
cool. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Do celebrities follow you? Women.
that again?
Women celebrities follow you?
Do women celebrities follow me? Yeah, a couple.
Yeah. Great.
I don't know.
That's just gonna open the door for them to want to come on the podcast. Great.
Yeah, absolutely. But
All right.
yeah, I am the insurance bae. That's what
Insurance
everybody
bae.
knows me from, that badass insurance bitch. That's me. Yeah, now I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it.
Who told you to do this? Like
Do
who
what?
to like teach? Because that's like
You
the
know
new
what
thing.
it is? I've always naturally, even with my friends, I've always been like a giver. I love to pour into people. I love to help others. So I naturally want to help other people. And I just feel like this is an industry that's untapped. It's not a lot of people that look like us in this industry. So I feel like it's another avenue to run up a motherfucking bag. I don't know how that works with cussing and all of that.
Curse how you want. It's not cut.
But yeah, it's another avenue that I feel like a lot of people aren't familiar with, the insurance industry, how it works, how lucrative it is, and you could do it extremely fast, which in other businesses it takes forever to make some good money. And insurance, if you do it right, you got the right people around, you can run that bag up. So
There's nobody even teaching this space.
no, not in this space.
You about to make a crazy bag. I know people that.
But the difference is I've done it. People have watched me do it from the ground up. I used to be on freaking yachts in Ibiza studying for my exam. Shit is not easy.
Ibiza.
Yeah, I love Ibiza. But yeah.
First class.
Yeah, so
All right, guys.
Cool.
It's over.
It's over.
We're done. I appreciate you coming for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed myself.
This was great.
Cool.
Another 6 months from now, I think I'm gonna be, I don't know, on some type of TV network or something.
Absolutely. And let me know. I will introduce you to my people if you
Yeah, for sure.
need to. But I mean, I've been paying attention. You're doing your thing. So I wouldn't come on if I didn't think
Right.
you was lit.
You know, a lot of people been on my ass like, you've been having these ratchet girls on here, like, get some professional women on here. I'm like,
But
man.
it's like you still want people that people want to pay attention to.
Right.
So you gotta have that hybrid.
Right.
So yeah.
I give them real, you know, like, even though it's ratchet, like, you gotta understand women actually think like this. You know, it's different type of caliber of people out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's educational.
Absolutely. So I feel like you got to be able to do a little bit of it all.
Right.
You got to be sexy. You got to be nasty. You got to be about your business.
Right.
You got to look good. You got to have fat ass, big titties, red hair, nice teeth. Suck 'em. No, I'm just kidding. We not filming. It's just a lot. It's exhausting. Ooh. But yeah, so I'm gonna go home, sit in my sauna.
Sauna in the crib.
Relax.
How big your crib is? This is renovating. How big the crib is?
It's a good size. I don't want to invite anybody.
Facts.
It's a good size.
That what's up. Happy for you. That's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
I can't wait till I get me a girlfriend, like a real
But
woman.
you gotta want to do right.
No, it's the fact that, you know, like, I do want to do right, but I'm not settling for nothing. It's
Right.
not. I'm not
right.
settling.
But when you meet her, make sure you're ready for her too. Don't meet her and then you fuck it up.
Yeah, I know.
Cause
I
I
know.
love to do that.
Love to do it. I know.
Yeah, we hate the damn missed out. I got all the people telling me, you're the one that got away. Nope, I'm right where I need to be.
Facts.
I'm right where I need to be. It happened exactly how it's supposed to happen. So life is good.
What's up, man? Brit Eady.
Yes. Yes.
Let's cheers.
Cool. Cheers. Cheers.
Man, you ain't drink no wine. I've been over here sipping. I can feel it in my eyes.
No.